All right.
I'm over here jamming. We jamming, y'all. Hit that subscribe bell. We finna go crazy.
I don't know about that.
What you doing?
Uh-huh.
We finna go crazy and we gonna talk about a podcast today. Because this is a good topic, I think. What you think? You think it's a good
I
topic?
think it's cool.
It's a good topic today. So hit that subscribe bell so you can get all the stuff we do. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let you guys know.
And how?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh my goodness.
This is we gonna talk about a podcast, the #1 podcast in the world.
Say that.
You know what I'm saying? They even watching it over there in Egypt and Africa and Antarctica. And
Antarctica.
Yeah. And this is episode number
36.
36. Older, way older than me. And
Oh my goodness.
what you doing this one?
Nothing. Go ahead on back.
And today's episode.
Excuse me. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Is about what?
Boundaries.
Motherfreaking boundaries. Boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all type of boundaries. Boundaries with kids, boundaries with spouses, boundaries with family, boundaries with co-workers, boundaries with friends, etc. etc. So we gonna talk a little bit about boundaries and why they're important in relationships. Everybody should have boundaries because simple fact, you have to, you know what I'm saying, set the tone of how somebody treats you. So when you meet somebody, you set your tone before it get too late and they've been treating you all crazy and it's gonna be hard to get boundaries then. So
You can go first.
no. Talk your stuff.
Okay, first of all, I just wanna I gotta go with what the word of God says about boundaries. So they obviously are important because God set boundaries. And I don't want to read it verbatim, but basically we got boundaries to keep us away from sin, keep us obedient to Him. Also, they're made with the intent to draw others to build healthy relationships because you have a healthy relationship with God, right? And not to tear people down or punish them. And the loving offers choice to others, whether they be attempting to control. So just to avoid that. Also, so the definition in the dictionary, boundaries are limits and rules we set within relationships, separate us from others on an emotional, intellect, and physical level, helps us to communicate what we want and need and what we dislike and what is acceptable and unacceptable, determines how independent or interdependent two people will be, and protects us from unacceptable behavior, attitudes, and expectations. Right? So, in this midst, I'll share my point of view of boundaries. So, you know me, I'm going to have my family voice in. And so, my mom said boundaries. I believe in staying in my lane. It's a form of respect, consideration for anyone's personal space, mental, emotional, or personal belongings. Okay. Then my bonus mom said my biggest boundary, because the question was share a boundary or what you think about boundaries. And so she said my biggest boundary currently is respect. We don't have to agree on lifestyle or opinion, but there should be respect. Love doesn't demand its own way. So I appreciate what they said and agree. My daughter-in-law said, I have the tendency to be lenient with my boundary when it comes to the ones I care about. And I said, me too. And she said, I don't love that for us. And I said, I don't either, because I feel like we should set them. And that's just not just what everybody did. Because I'm sure people that we don't care for, our cutoff game is strong, right? So anywho, so then my sister, the oldest one in Denver, just to make clarification of which one I'm talking about, she says some relationships she made it clear we got to forgive people who cross boundaries, right? We have to forgive them and extend grace. But we extend grace to people like our spouses, if we share a child with somebody because we co-parenting, with our siblings, our parents, basically the relationships that matter. So there has to be a conversation out of truth and love. And if you don't know what words to say, you go into prayer and ask the Holy Spirit to guide you on that. And she was saying one boundary is that people get upset when you make your boundaries clear, right? And she said, which is crazy because she said I communicate nicely. And I don't know, because she a firecracker. She said she communicates nicely. But she said, but people get offended because you think I'm checking them. And she said, I'm not. That's not the case. But she said, when people set boundaries, they also have to be able to receive when other people are putting, giving them boundaries, like you in my space. So, for me, I feel like I wear my heart on my sleeve. So if you know me, you know me. You know what I love. You know, what dreams I may have, with visions I may have. I've shared conversations with people. And so a boundary for me was like, don't throw that back. If you throw it back up in my face, like you trying to throw shade or be disrespectful. I don't think at my age I really had that problem, because I don't think I would befriend you or call you family if you was that type of person. And so, and then my sister made it so clear with me today, probably for us, I think, but for me, when I just realized boundaries are just common sense for people. Like, if you have common sense, you know how to respect a person. She also stated that boundaries seem like it's more so for children, what they know that they can and cannot do. But unfortunately, in the world that we live in, sometimes you gotta set them clear, because people think they can say whatever and do whatever to you. And unfortunately, that's not the case, especially if they a sibling or a parent or a family member of some sort. They think they can just say whatever they want to, and then when you cut them off, if you don't call, you're not answering, you're not stopping by, you're not coming to the gatherings, because you don't have time for it. I don't want you to disturb my peace. And so, but I love you, just from a distance. Do you want me to continue, babe, or let you go first? Do you want me to do Cuddles, Corners, and Flowers, or just go?
Why would you do flowers?
Well, my flowers is a part of my Cuddles Corner, so I'll go ahead. I'll wait, because they intertwine today.
Wow.
Because it does, because I'm just deep like that. Just go ahead.
How do you set boundaries? You have to start small. Focus on one thing at a time when you set your boundaries. And be very clear of what you want, what you setting, what kind of boundaries you setting.
This with everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got to start small, because smaller, the less is more. You know what I'm saying? The less you do it, the better. You know what I'm saying? People will, you go with a big old boundary and people might be like, oh, we're finna try to change it. But just like when they say you weed yourself off stuff, you got to go small. You got to go slow. So it's a slow process. You set a small boundary. You safeguard your space when you set your boundaries. So when you set your boundaries, you safeguard your space. You won't making your boundary, and you got to learn to say no. You have to learn to say no, and I think I got it bad. I don't think I have to say no too much, but you have to learn to say no, and then you have to be assertive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to assert yourself with it, set the boundaries. You know, it feels firm when you be assertive, but it be kind of kind at the same time to others. And when you set boundaries, build great self-esteem.
To who?
To you.
Oh.
When you set your boundary, you building self-esteem for yourself. You building a self of identity.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, don't smile for myself. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you gain a self of identity for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You develop independence. You avoid burnout, and you enhance your mental health and emotional well-being.
Can I say something? I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So how am I burn myself out? Because what am I doing to burn myself out if I don't set a boundary? Because I'm overstopping cake. Like what?
If a person keep using you,
because I ain't saying no.
yeah, you set yourself out. Then you gonna snap or go crazy on somebody, or you gonna go crazy on yourself because you not saying no, and they keep coming, and you stress yourself out because the person keep coming. So you burning yourself out, and then you might snap on them, you might anything, but you burning yourself out.
Okay.
So you don't want to burn yourself out, but when you set a boundary, bring focus to yourself. You know, it gets to so you can know who you are and your wants and your values and your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? It builds that up. So, you know, you got physical boundaries, time, spirituality, financial, emotional, sexual, material, and non-negotiable. Non-negotiable mean
I'm not tolerating it at all.
I ain't even nothing to talk about. You know, that's how I want it. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not being a narcissistic, or as long as it's not a demand or something. Boundaries is not of like telling somebody what to do. You know what I'm saying? You setting them for yourself. Like, hey, you ain't telling that person to don't go outside or something. You said it like, well, I'm not gonna allow that. So it's what you allows, but you know you don't want to allow because the person will. They say you give them an inch, they take a foot.
I thought it was a mile.
No,
I'm just being funny, babe. Go ahead.
So physical boundaries is your privacy, personal space, and your body. That's your physical boundary. Material boundaries is monetary decisions, giving or lending. So, you know, sometimes you say no. Somebody you want to lend, somebody needs some money, and you constantly saying here. You gotta set a boundary.
Because if you don't, they're gonna keep coming.
Yeah, and you know, sooner or later. Yeah, but you have to set boundaries. A time boundary. How much time you spend with someone or doing something. So when I had a boundary, I guess when I was writing Midnight Rise, the book. This is Amazon. I set myself a boundary. I was like, well, I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna do so many words a day, and that was it. That was my cutoff. But when I do these, that's it. I set a boundary, so I won't be sitting there working on that all day, wasting all my time. I ain't saying wasting my time, but taking all my time up. So you got to set your time boundary. Emotional boundary. You know how emotionally available you are to others. So that's like, you know, you going through stuff for your own self, but you always there for somebody else, and you never can get yourself together. because you emotionally, because you emotionally wrecked, because you so much worried about this other person that your mental and everything is just messed up, man.
I got a question. How would somebody know that they're affecting your emotional boundary, though?
You have to know. You make your own boundaries. You got to make it your emotional boundary. When people call you and this, you have to. Sometimes you have.
This is where no comes in.
Basically.
Or you just stop answering your phone.
Yeah, you just have to take a me time. You know what I'm saying? At that time, like if you know this person steady, like complaining or this and this and this,
picking or whatever they do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You got to take me time. You have to be like, hey.
So this is boundaries we setting for ourselves.
Yeah, it's basically you setting them for yourself, but you gonna tolerate. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a tolerance level. Like, you know, you could beat up for people, you could this, but it's like you got to cut it off at some point. You know
because I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
because everybody, I'm pointing at everybody, but ain't nobody pointing to me. Is what I'm saying. Okay.
Basically, you. So
I got to step back and do me. Yeah. My 30 minutes.
Because you going to burn yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Because people gonna keep on, as long as you keep letting them do it, they're gonna keep doing it. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna be burnt out to the point that, you know, you gonna be mentally, your mental gonna be messed up.
Excuse me.
You have a conversational boundary.
Mm-hmm.
Topics that do or do not feel comfortable discussing. So, you know, if people talk about fellatio, if you don't feel comfortable, you know what
I'm setting a boundary right now.
You say, like you said earlier, you say, I don't like to be called fellatio. All right, you set your boundary that you don't want to be called fellatio.
But thank you for that respect. But unfortunately, I can't cut you off.
But it's all about respect.
Okay, so if you continue if you call me that, then that means you're disrespecting me. Because I already made it clear that I don't like to be called fellatio, right? Hypothetically, I'm just saying.
Why you don't like to be called fellatio, though? What's wrong with that word? What?
Okay, continue on.
I'm trying to.
You want an explanation? I don't want to be. Do you want me to call you fellatio?
No,
exactly.
Why'd you call me fellatio?
Don't call me fellatio.
Okay, you don't like that.
I don't. It was funny the first 2 times, and then I said, okay, wait a minute now.
Then you have mental boundaries.
That's that foot you took. I gave you an inch, you took a foot. Go ahead. Mental boundaries. That's the same thing as emotional. Go ahead.
No, mental. Freedom to have your own thoughts.
Yeah. That's
your
good.
own opinions.
And you do?
But you always have your own thoughts, own opinions, because I could say something, she don't even pay me no mind.
Pay you no mind about what?
Like if I say, hey, do this, but somebody else will tell her, she'd be like, oh, yeah, I just told you that already. But you have the freedom to have your own thoughts. That's your boundary. I can't tell nobody. I can't tell you the solution. Somebody else got to tell you before you think the solution is the right solution. You know, so that's, I mean, definitely, she got all types of boundaries on me, though.
I don't know how this became an us thing, but since we're going to go there, I think you probably said it like you better, and they probably said it, which they sugarcoated it. So I didn't hear the I better. You know, we block stuff.
I better. See, that's why I say, her stuff.
That's how you say it.
She always feel like.
That's how you come to me, is a you better, or else. I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay. I'm not doing it.
I can tell her something that's something that she should be doing in life or something, and she say, I feel like I'm telling her what to do.
And that's a boundary.
I'm not telling you what to do.
You are trying to tell me what to do. Like, you're so stupid if you don't do this. But go ahead. I don't know how this became a us thing, but go ahead.
Boundaries are not controlling.
That's narcissist.
Boundaries are psychological.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when sponsors be like saying no. Like, so and so her husband wanna hang. Let's go. No, I don't want to. There's a boundary.
That don't apply to us.
I'm just saying.
Okay, that's in general. I just want them to know.
And then it's like a boundary is like asking the spouse or something, like you said the boundary, like, I don't want you looking through my phone. That's the boundary you said. So that's why I don't ever touch your phone.
My phone don't even have wait a minute.
I don't touch your phone.
I don't touch yours either.
Yes, you do. You always have my phone.
I don't even know your password. I just handed it to you.
Oh my God.
I put it on everything I love.
You know my password.
No, I don't. But anyway, I promise you I don't. I just handed it to you to put the password in. If I knew it, I would have just.
She's capping.
I don't know it. If you told me before, I don't trip off of it because it's not information I need to know. Anywho. Or do I? No, just kidding. I went to Cricket to get my phone fixed or whatever, and I had to do my phone.
She went to the phone company.
And the dude was like,
to get her
what's your password? I said, I don't have no password. He said, you gotta know the secrets. None at all, baby. Not me, child. Go ahead on, baby. Tell your story.
She don't have no secrets because she on manage mode and she deletes stuff when it's
I don't even have no.
She delete. I would say
this is a boundary I'm getting ready to set. Quit accusing me of stuff that's not even true. That's not cool. People might be believing you.
It's the truth.
That's not true.
You tell me yourself. I don't keep messages.
I don't keep because my phone is stored doing stupid stuff.
I got probably messages from 1920.
That's on you. That's crazy. We don't have no pictures or something. My phone is stopped. Something is not balanced.
That's why I buy memory.
I don't buy memory.
And another boundary that you say with like a spouse or something is scope of sharing. Like sharing.
Sharing what?
Eating people, like if I'm eating something and you just go snatch my food.
You always offer it to me.
I said, did you just hear what I said?
Go ahead. Say what's the boundary though?
If you snatch my food.
I wouldn't snatch it though. You looked at me when you said it.
I'm talking to you.
You looked dead at me. You was like when people snatch the scope of
you
sharing.
don't snatch my food.
No, I don't.
But you'll eat it.
Cause you give it to me.
I can tell her. I can say, you want something to eat? No. I go get some food. She said, and I ain't gonna even ask for none of your food either. So, alright, I go get some food. Come, I'll start eating it, and she laying there looking at it, humming and stuff like, Come on, man. I guess I'll go make me a little sandwich. I'm like, you want something? Yeah, let me get some. All right. I just asked you, did you want something before I came in, and you said no. But then you want to eat mine. But I don't have a problem with sharing.
I don't either.
As long as you don't, like I say, don't just come and grab my food. Like, let me get that. Boom, boom, boom. I guess it says boundary. You conversate about family. I guess if it's something you feel uncomfortable about talking about, you don't have to talk about it.
That's between spouses.
Yeah, that's what it say. Conversate, and it say. Like a me time, like someone like just having a me time soaking in the tub or something. That's a boundary. If you know what I'm saying, they be in there and you just bust in, boom, boom, and like, hold on, man, I'm in here trying to chill. I didn't call you in here. So that's a boundary.
That's a boundary.
Yeah.
You making it plain now when you in the bathtub. Don't come in there.
I've been telling you that.
I thought you was joking.
No, because you don't let me come in there with you.
You can come in there with me if you. I just try to help you from just being grossed out.
She always say that. I can leave the door open. She busting in. I can lock the door. She busting in. I can come to the door and mess with the thing. Hey, don't come here. Like, dang, you just bust all in there with me. But I don't care. You know what I'm saying? She do what she do. Handling disagreements, you know what I'm saying, better than, trying to fight each other. And then this her favorite one, setting sexual limits.
That is not true. Sorry. That is not true.
Dude. She said sexual limits.
What is sexual limits?
This video ain't long enough to talk about you said those sexual limits.
What the heck are you talking about?
She said sexual
Why
limits.
is this my first time hearing this?
What?
I've never heard about a sexual limit before. You mean just like once a day?
No.
Twice a day?
Even sexual limit is like...
How many times you gonna have relations a month?
Yeah, it's something like, like...
That's you, babe. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
No, if I was like... Prime example then, since she want to talk stuff.
No, babe, don't.
All right then, don't sit up here and talk like...
I don't know what sexual limit you talking about, though.
What you talking about, some once a month? I'll be like, hey,
oh my goodness.
Twerk it up. I ain't gonna even get into all of it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, it was like, I say, twerk it up. Be like, she had it somewhere. Doing nothing. So
what are you talking about?
That's sexual.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, she's so confused because I'm not going into deep detail about what I'm talking about. She don't want me to go into deep detail because she said don't go into detail.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna respect her boundaries.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna respect that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but look at it. But she be trying to throw me, and I be respecting her. I respect her boundaries all the time. She throw me on the bus like
what? I never think
crazy.
You the bus.
Talking about some 1 or 2 times.
Well, what I think in the bus when you gonna put me in concrete? That don't make no sense.
1 or 2 times. Did you hear that?
Month.
You hear that shade? Look, see? You see the shade she throwing? Man. But hobbies, a long time together time. You gotta set boundaries on that. So you gotta have a little together time.
That's a boundary. You just said it was a boundary.
I just said that.
I don't get it. Together time. To make sure it's a priority?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And set a boundary like, hey, we gonna do this day. We set a boundary together time.
I didn't know boundaries was so broad like that.
Yes.
I thought boundaries was like, don't mess with me in this area. Don't disrespect my set. And we good. Oh, okay.
No. That's why I say a lot of it, people put boundaries like you controlling it or boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. Like when people think someone always being negative to them because of the tone of their voice, like tone don't even be about nothing. It just be like, oh,
that's not just tone; it's the expression on your face as well.
That's the same expression I have all the time. I don't change, baby. But the boundary with kids. It's a lack of boundaries screw kids' sense of themselves. Unhealthy micromanaging your kid. Interfering in your adult child's life. Making decisions for kids. Letting kids see you and your spouse frequent arguing. But you know what I'm saying.
Arguing.
Yeah.
That's a boundary to not to let them see that. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. And being hostile. Boundaries teach them how to function. Boundaries teach kids how to function in the world, care for themselves, live up to expectations, and interact with others. Chores is a boundary. Kids need to have chores.
Real quick, I just want to piggyback, right? Because when my sister said, what she say? Their boundaries was for kids. Now I understand why she would say that because it made sense. Why it's important. I'm so sorry.
I told her she don't know. She messing up people's boundaries. Man. They set the boundary for her.
They did.
And she always mess it up.
My husband said it for me too. I'm so sorry.
I always, that's why I say, I be saying stuff and it's like, man, heck with you.
That's not true. I apologize. I don't mean to disrespect nobody.
That's cool. You know, she abusive. Nah, but then it say,
He still say anything. That is not true.
It say the parent is the parent. You gotta set that boundary between parent and friend with your kid. The parent is the parent and the kid is the kid. Don't allow your kid to talk back to you. Don't allow them to question you and tell you what to do. Because that's going, if you don't have the boundaries, that's going to interfere with them. Because they won't know how to be out in the world and talk to other people. Because if they could disrespect you as a parent, you think they're going to respect Joe Blow or somebody else? So you have to set them boundaries at the home. That's why a lot of these kids out here like just do whatever because the parents can't control them. They talk to the parents crazy. Parents scared of them.
Oh.
And see, she worried about the wrong stuff.
It just came up on the screen.
She worried about the wrong stuff.
I'm so sorry.
The game ain't over.
They said final.
It's not over. It don't even matter. She worried about my team. And her team.
I don't want us to have to eliminate you, so you might as well go home early. But go ahead, consider your boundaries. Continue on.
Yeah, but like I say, kids need to be kids and don't be in grown people's stuff. Basically. And it's other boundaries. Like I say, we'll be here forever. We talk about boundaries on top of boundaries on top of boundaries, and we're not gonna be here forever.
Well, I will say you educated me on a lot. I didn't know it was so many boundaries.
Yes, but we talk about it. We give you the education, man. You know what I'm saying? All of us need boundaries. Like I say,
you have to respect other people.
Yeah, respect people's boundaries. Put boundaries in place.
Because what's good for you may not be good for me.
Yeah.
And what's good for me may not be your boundaries, but
when you meet somebody, you set that boundary.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You even with friends or whatever, you set that boundary of what you gonna allow.
That's why when they first do it, you're supposed to tell them.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't play like that, or don't say that to me, or that's not your business.
Yep.
Get back over there in your lane.
Somebody disrespect you, you check them at that point.
Because if not, they'll do it again and again.
Because they feel like it's okay to do it.
And then they be like, you ain't tell me. I didn't know that was an issue.
Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I say you got to set boundaries. Like if you let a person, talk about you all the time and you don't say nothing or say, hey, I don't play like that, you just open up the door for them to keep doing it. So they gonna keep doing it. If you let a person cuss you out all the time and you don't do nothing, and then when you get tired of it, it's too late. They gonna keep doing it. So you have to set that from the get go. Like I don't play them games when they first do it. I don't play them games. I don't know who you talking to. A lot of us fail to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's our fault.
Good. We're not
the
only ones.
We talking about it. It's boundaries. We need to set boundaries in life, in relationships, in friendships, in
family.
Work, family, kids, everything. We need to set boundaries because if we set boundaries, I think it'll be more beneficial for us because, like I say, we know we at the point we're not gonna accept. We're not gonna get beat up. Jumped and everything.
Mentally, emotionally.
Yeah. We gonna know like, oh, I'm cutting it off right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't reach your limit. Just like when you got a credit card, you got a limit. You can't go over that limit.
I am with old girl though. I think some people should know. Like this, just common sense how to talk to people.
Don't have common sense.
Yeah, they just ignorant for
you know
sure.
What I'm saying? Some people so ignorant that they don't have common sense or they don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that they don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to care about yourself enough to put boundaries in place to protect you.
And that's real quick. I am nobody special, but I got a friend, and she like we both walk in this Christian walk, but she didn't want to smoke a cigarette in front of me. She didn't want to use profanity in front of me. She didn't want to discuss certain things. And I'm like, I don't judge. She said, I know, it was just I don't know if it was the way that I carried myself. I doubt it. But I think it's just how she saw me. It was just like the ultimate respect. And I was just, it's just like, people just know, like, maybe by my conversation. And I was like, if you can't be yourself around me, then we shouldn't be friends. Because I would never want you to fake being something that you're not. Just if you want to smoke that cigarette, smoke that cigarette. If you want to use profanity, girl, use that profanity. If you want to talk how you talk, then talk like that, because that's just you. So just be yourself. I don't ever want nobody to have to feel like, because I am who I am, and we all striving to progress. So it's not about a perfection thing. So one, I appreciate it, but I told her to stop doing that because that just made me feel uncomfortable. Like, but that is, I didn't set the boundary. She just gave me that. So that makes sense to me. People will respect you how they want to. Some people will respect you with the utmost, and then some people will just try to talk about you bad or do stupid stuff because different reasons. But that's just, when he said something, that just came to my remembrance. But go ahead. It's all right.
No, we just want you to like, comment, subscribe.
Oh, you didn't even say it. Child, man.
Well,
You used to say that like 20 times. And where we? Oh, yeah, you did good. Are we doing flowers?
as you doing your corner.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, you got your flowers
Oh, did you already do your
I didn't do my Cuddles Corner.
Oh, I thought that was your Cuddles Corner.
No, that was not. So Cuddles Corners and flowers are together. So I said when people's opinions are against your vision, dreams, hopes. Okay, yeah. Your visions, dreams, and hopes. Just believe that your Heavenly Father would do what is best for you regarding it all. Long story short, my baby boy wanted something. And I thought it was way too expensive for a 9-year-old. So I would constantly tell him, it's not going to happen. Don't quit talking about it. It's all good. And my son would always say, my daddy this and my daddy that. And he spoke on it in faith. And he was always positive about it. Me telling him no, he never changed. He stood on what he stood on. And so, he was positive. And so one Christmas morning, his daddy showed up. Boy, the tears that came because that boy was patient, he was positive, and he stood on faith in his daddy. That his daddy was going to come through, and he still always does that today. And so I said, my son is a true example of how I need to believe in my Heavenly Father. Not just for this reason, but there are other several reasons that I'm giving my baby boy his flowers. Because one, his faith in God, and he is 10. He has a big heart, a great sense of humor, and for being one of my best friends, and I love him so much. But I also wanted to mention today that it's my sister and my brother-in-law's 11th year anniversary today, and my son is attending his senior prom today also. Yay! Yay!
Yay, what?
Yeah, that was it. Yay for your flowers.
Oh, was my turn?
Mm-hmm. That was all I had. Thanks for listening.
My flowers goes to Thaddeus. Antetokounmpo. He makes some good highlight reels.
No, seriously. Who your flowers to? Lakers. You shouldn't have started.
You started it because you showed that little score. Nobody care about that score, man. Okay. Anywho.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Anywho, I'm gonna get my flowers. I think, did I get my flowers to Sally?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna get my flowers to my sister Sally.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go Sally. Go Sally.
You know.
Go Sally.
She been my sister for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she was looking out for me too. And long, you know, so, and I spoiled her. I think it was my fault I spoiled her as a child.
Dang, how many years between y'all?
There ain't that many years. There ain't that many years between us.
10, 15?
No, it's not that many years.
Okay. I think it is.
No, it's not. I don't think it's that many.
I think so.
Nah, yeah.
She's 30.
No, she's not.
Oh, she not?
She makes stuff up.
She looked 25, but I was going to give her 30.
I think she's probably like 41 and I'm 30.
How is she? Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, it ain't that many years
So yeah, it's like 9. Yeah, she
9.
41 or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, that's 11. She's 41 and I'm 30. Oh, I'm 30. So yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna give my sister Sally flowers. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, she's what? Yeah, my sister. Love you, Sally. Comment on this thing,
I
please.
say 19 years.
19 years.
Oh no, I just didn't. That goes across the zero. Okay.
I think she skipped math class. Anywho, like, subscribe, and share. We're gonna talk about a podcast with your host, Lakers Nation, and my co-host.
Got me all choked up. Don't you dare. Don't say anything disrespectful. I'm setting boundaries.
That is Tupo.
That's cool. I'll take it. He's a great character. He's a fantastic. Don't you cut it off. He's a fantastic support system for his team. He's always cheering them on. He don't play about his brother. Yeah, I'll take it. Big heart, I'm sure. Love his family person. I'll take it. Might not be the best at what he does, but that's okay.
And also,
they about to bring Bronny on the Lakers. He ain't probably the same way.
Who you got? You got Drake. Do you
Nobody.
You got Drake.
Nobody.
You got Rick Ross. You got Kendrick. Do you have
who?
Who else in there?
Nobody.
But J. Cole was in there. Who you got? Cause Drake, I think Drake winning right now, and then it's a new battle. Chris Brown against Quavo.
Sweet Jesus.
So who you got?
It's two kingdoms. Who you got?
I got Chris Brown and I got Drake. Who you got?
Jesus.
But like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're gonna talk about the podcast. Episode number
36.
36. And you know what I say always. You know what I'm saying? What I always say.
See you at the end of the road like Boys to Men. That's not it. Oh, like, comment, and share. Like, share, and comment. Share, comment, like. I don't know.
You know what I always say?
You obviously don't always say it.
We will see you at the end of the road like Boys to Men. I told her that she act like she don't.